Viral. Let's go. Special guest. No, I'm not.
Hey
And
everyone, welcome to the Love Your Body podcast. Today's episode, we have a special guest.
very special.
Yes, Augie, thank you for coming in.
Yes.
So on Instagram, Healthy Dad Fit, you've probably seen him around with like Nashville Fit magazine, Nashville Fit. I feel like you've been a lot of their stuff, plus Redline Quality Fitness Coach.
Mhm.
Yeah, you're one of
Yeah.
the main coaches there.
If you're a parent, you probably see me around the
Yeah,
bubble.
because you have one son, two.
Two
Okay.
boys, 9 and 12,
Okay,
and a
awesome.
wife,
Yes, yeah. Make sure
13
put
years. What's up?
put that out there for everybody. So yeah, because like when I first met you, I feel like it was like, do you even remember? Do you even remember when we first met?
Yes, I'm gonna say the first
Oh,
first
no.
Nashville Fit games out in that field, and I think I asked you like about the leaderboard maybe, and you told me this is how I remember it. You might have a different version in your head, but
Wait, so this
that's
is
how
like
you
2018.
referred me to. Like you said, you were friendly enough to tell me to go like talk to like somebody. I don't know, but
Because
that's how I
did not
remember.
know.
There was like a trailer in the field.
Yes. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
that had to have been 2018 because yeah,
You impressed? I remember that.
and yeah, I am. Because I definitely remember seeing you. But I just running around and stuff.
Winning.
Yeah, well, that too. But that was like I was very nervous to be there because that was the first time I put myself out of my comfort zone after starting like my business really.
Right.
And then to go compete and do that.
Right.
And Ryan had asked me. So I was like, number one, because
It was
I was
called
the
the
only first
fittest
person.
at that point. It wasn't called the Fit Games.
Yes, yeah. And I was one of the first people to sign up for that. And so I was very excited. But that's where I actually met Matt. And because I saw he was like cheering on Ashley, and I was like, I want to coach. And that's how that all started.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So tell me, but you're not from Nashville.
No, I'm from New York. I grew up about an hour north of Manhattan.
That explains it. Okay.
What, my attitude?
Yes,
Okay.
100%.
We're gonna talk about that later.
Yeah, no, let's talk about it now.
Because you claim to be an 8, and
Oh,
I'm an 8,
shoot.
and so I kind of feel like, you know, I don't know, how 8 are you? I think I could out 8 you.
Could you out 8
Yeah,
me?
100% out 8 you.
Do you really know
Yeah.
that?
I think so.
I mean,
But
you've been doing research.
yeah.
You have all these notes.
But
about...
I'm not, well, because I you got to do research. So I grew up in New York, but outside of the city, and then I moved to the city after going to school upstate, and then I moved to meet a woman, end up in Tennessee, and here I am.
So she was from here? Your wife?
No,
Oh, okay.
Pittsburgh.
Okay.
You meet a girl from New York, they don't move. I met a girl who wasn't from New York, so that's why I'm here.
Got it. Okay.
And then so June 07, I moved here. That's my story. So I kind of lived here a pretty long time.
Yeah, Brentwood area, right?
The bubble, yeah.
Yeah.
First downtown for a little bit before it became crazy, and then now
so
I'm
smacked
out in the middle of the Brentwood bubble.
Okay, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I actually went on y'all's podcast. What was that like?
Yeah,
a
you
year
were the
ago?
second guest on Gains of Function podcast. Check it out in your local streaming service. Yes, you were second guest. It's not the best quality sound yet, but we got way better soon after.
I just remember literally being like, I can't, because I was running so late that day, and
you were.
I blame.
You came in and you heated up your lunch or something. It was something wild.
I
Like, what the
blame
hell,
Cortland
Dani?
Finnegan for that because literally I was doing workouts with him
Mhm.
and we were over there, whatever. Because again, I program my entire day. Like today, it's been workout, posing, this, something else. Like it's just.
Let the record state I was on time.
Well, I'm
You
so.
gotcha.
But yeah, I had to eat my food up. You do not want to be with me when I have not eaten.
I get it. Hangry.
No, it's
I'm not
worse.
much of an eater, so I don't get it sometimes. I mean, I am, but like,
yeah,
my friends could tell you about that.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's on schedule for sure. So
yeah, the worst eating schedule ever.
So okay, all right.
Yeah, for nutrition tips.
So you have to tell me a little bit, like when in your research and stuff, when you talk about like the 8s and everything, like okay, because I'm just learning about the Enneagram. I mean, I've taken
same
it
with me. I thought it was like a
times.
horoscope BS.
Yes,
but then when I started reading, people were like, "You're an 8, you're an 8," and I'm like, "I'm an 8," and I started reading about it. I'm like, "Holy damn, I am that." Yeah. I can't tell you what other people are. I don't know them that well.
Right.
But I know what an 8 is.
Which I mean, and that's why I was telling them on the last podcast or whatever about like that I feel like it is beneficial to know yourself. Like I'm sure it helps with like business and like
I mean,
it
was just cool.
Like,
it was just cool to see it. It's like, oh, that's me. I don't care.
Yeah.
Like therefore 8.
Yes, exactly.
I don't care.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just, you're just one of those people that is kind of like on plan and can live a thankless lifestyle. I like to say.
Explain that.
I don't need a pat on the ass.
Oh yeah.
I don't need a good job. They're nice.
Yes.
But you kind of do what you do, and as long as you didn't get yelled at or in trouble or someone told you it was wrong,
Yeah.
you're like, all right, then that's fine.
Yeah.
I don't need that.
No, and I love that. And I
But
say
if
that
you screw up, I'm gonna tell you, dude, that was stupid.
right.
Why'd you do that?
Yes, I feel like you're more.
Don't show up late to a podcast,
I
right?
definitely feel like you're more abrasive.
I am. It might be New York.
Yes, I feel like that has a part of it too, because I'm from here. So like,
yeah, Southerners aren't like that.
No, definitely not.
Like honking
We gotta
your
have
horn.
a little bit of a grace, you know what I mean, with it. Like, yes,
Yeah.
like we're still gonna like.
I know we're gonna talk about the industry and stuff, and like I've learned a lot about you from your podcast, just listening to it, but also you were on our podcast, so I get like some of your clientele is different. Might not be like they don't think they would like my style, but it might be something that's different than they're used to.
Yeah, and again, which is not that your style is bad or that there's a
no,
good
there's no
style,
bad.
Right? No, exactly. Like it's not like that. And again, it's just different. And so that's where like when people they want to know that it's something that they can relate to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And sometimes I think that maybe you get put in that box of like,
Sure.
how can I relate to X amount of body fat, real good looking athlete dude, doesn't really have issues with food.
Yeah.
Just kind of operates
Everyone's
life.
different though.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need a gentle touch to some people.
Yeah, for sure. And
but I feel like the
it.
final ending, everyone's going to say, you might have different ways of getting there, but we both have the same idea at the end.
Yes.
And some people just might portray that differently.
For sure. And we both want to help people too. Like I've always felt like you genuinely want people to be their best. Like that you want them to be better, right?
Right.
And I think a lot of people in the industry just do it for their own accolades.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean?
Oh, dude, yeah. It's a mess out there.
Yeah. Tell me your perspective on.
Well, I thought about this because it's kind of like what you said. Maybe we'll talk about with the current industry. Here, listen, right? Nashville, we were like this hokey town, right? Yeah. We had like just a few things, but then we got awesome. We got huge and we got better.
Yes.
Right. But there's so much now
of
everything. I'm not talking about fitness, but everything. Right.
Yes.
But just like any big city, anything that grows, you're going to get, if 100,000 people and 80% of them are cool, 20,000 or 20% are bad, that's 20,000 people that are bad.
Right.
So if you have 100,000 new gyms in town, 20,000 of them are terrible.
Yes.
Right. So we're going to have a lot more, even though we have options, but we have a lot more visible nonsense.
Right.
But, there's more good stuff too. And there's more choices now. You couldn't even go out to eat here in 2007 when I moved here.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
There was nothing to eat.
Yep.
This was Alabama, right? Murfreesboro. No one's coming here.
There was no meal prep companies. There was nothing that you could just go in.
You couldn't go out with your family and eat unless it was like the Golden Corral, which is nothing against Golden Corral, but you don't want it every day.
Exactly. Oh, yeah. That's
Date
how
night,
I was
where are you
raised.
going to go? Like you were going to, where are we going? J. Alexander's? That was it. Maybe.
I don't even. Yeah, that's nice. So
what
are you talking about?
Well, not every day. But anyway, so we have a lot of this. So the industry now, there's a lot more things. Like you have to embrace the fact that we have so many things for people to do.
Yep.
But is the percentage of people working out greater? Are there more people working out now with all these options? Or are they just going from gym to gym to gym to gym? Right.
Right. It almost feels
One of my
like
friends gave me that idea, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And if she's listening, shout out. But think about that. If there's not more, what are we doing? When an F45 opens up and then a burn opens up and they're trying to get people, are they just getting the people from F45?
Right.
Because I feel like the pool of people working out is the same.
No, I do feel like that too. And that's where it's like, it's so frustrating because, and I don't know how you guys do your marketing or whatever. And I feel like, Devin's always said that y'all don't really do a lot of that.
We don't
which is cool. But it's also like, I don't know. I see a lot of boot camps, a lot of people and like franchises. I mean, they're just coming in and corporations and the people that are managing it are stressed out. They're freaking out about it. Whatever, they're trying to get people in the door. There's this quota that they have to meet.
Yeah. Like think about marketing. You're just trying to get masses of people in.
Yes.
And these, I don't know, what was it going to franchise gyms coming in?
Yeah.
They have to market.
Yeah.
And by the way, when you own a franchise gym, quote unquote own, when you go into debt to put that name on your door,
right.
you have to pay like X amount of dollars a month to that company for the marketing.
Yes.
So, maybe this month you didn't make any money and you're not putting down a $2,000 ad. Well, guess what? They have to.
Yeah.
Right. And so if you think about marketing in a sense of like, who's marketing?
Yeah.
Does those people that want you in there to like, it's $99 for a month.
Yeah, well, that's the whole thing too, that like that everyone
$99.
always wants me to like have my own space, right?
Right.
And I tell them, I say truthfully, unless it was a sponsored space or it was like I own that building, like that is my building, like property wise, like leasing it does not. That's just overhead. That's just more rent. And then what pool of people am I pulling from? Because my people, yes, and that's great, and I make my certain amount, each month or whatever.
Right.
But then you have to have someone. I have to hire someone that's going to get outreach for more marketing, but that I can't house more people to train. So I now have to hire coaches, and then So again,
you want to be so busy that you go to bed at night going, "Damn, I was so busy today. Like I don't know if I could handle this." Before you decide to spend that extra nut.
Right. Because that's how I feel right now.
Or start a new gym, like a lot of these franchises. You sign a deal, it's coming like a 2-pack, 3-pack. So you're scraping to get by that first location. Like, you got to open another one.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
But see, they lock people in too, which I get why they do that.
Don't get me started. The franchise model is so dumb.
But I get why they do it because they have to. Because again, to pay that
well,
fee,
it's not dumb
to
if
have
you're
the
the
lease.
franchise.
Right.
But if you're the owner of the franchise,
look
at they just come and go.
Yeah.
Then they sell back to corporate or they just disappear.
Yeah. And that's where it's so hard for me. Like, I don't know about you, but like like when you see people, especially like even at the expo and stuff, whatever, like you see these businesses, I can look around and tell you who's going to be there in a year from now and who's not.
Right. It's kind of like a restaurant, like 50% of it maybe.
But also, so that's where it's hard for me to like buy into that or believe, or like when people come and talk to me. And again, I never turn anybody away. I'm like, yeah, that's great for you. Like, it's awesome. Like, thanks for letting me know about your business and support, whatever. But it's almost like this like intuition, this feeling of like, when I looked back at 2017, 2018, when I started my business, like I knew who was going to be still around, who's still rocking, who was in it to win it.
What have you done? Like, what's your I don't say what's your education. I don't care if you have a degree in body of whatever.
Loving your body,
but like, are you constantly learning? Or where are you gathering your knowledge from and your expertise from besides training clients? I mean, I guess you're training clients. Are you studying? Or do you take like certs and stuff?
Yeah. So AAAI ISMA, that's who my certifications are through. And so my mentor is like a master trainer for them. So I'm assistant to her. So there's a lot of virtual ones now that I can take and that I do to kind of keep up with my continuing education and everything like that. But even like Music City FitCon that's coming to Nashville. So they had their first one last year. So I went to that, spoke at that, but they had classes for continuing education of people who came all over to speak, right? They're doing that again in October. So I'll be there this year, be a panelist on there, whatever. But truthfully, a lot of it is just, I am on socials a lot. I go to things. I try to just be present. I try to just hear and
all of your
listen.
clients that come to you, you're programming that stuff. So you sit down and you're like, all right, this week we're going to do this. And you, every move, every lift, everything they're doing.
No.
Or you just wing it when they show up?
No. It's different because again, like I have online program clients and I do see in person as well. But then I also have regular clients I see. So basically I program off of what I know that they can do and progress them in that way. So I have been doing this for me for so long that like me writing, I've never written it out like that. Now, if it's an online
Janet shows up on Wednesday at 8 a.m.
Yes.
And she's backspotting, it's because you told her to backspot.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. You're not pulling it from another company.
Oh yeah.
Anything.
No, definitely.
So you're actually putting thought every day into what that person's creating their own workouts. Why.
Yes, for sure.
Okay, now we'll bring this back to the fitness industry of Nashville. Like you see these coaches, quote unquote, right? They go from one to another gym to another. How many of those people, and they're on Instagram, look at my booty, right?
Yeah.
How many of them could program something for a client that walks in today, right?
Yeah.
And now your group, you're gonna say I'm Dani Fitness, and then Megan with an H over here is like, look at my, like you're the same person as her, by the way, whether you like it or not. You're a trainer, so she's a trainer. That piss you off?
Always.
Right?
What do you? Yeah. But that's why I've always.
So that's what you get with this giant industry and social media. is a lot of that
Well,
20%.
but that's the thing too, is that like that's why you have to differentiate yourself. And like I went to school for marketing and for event
Right.
coordinating and stuff. So that's like even with my MoveFit pop-ups, like I could easily go teach a boot camp class, or I
Right.
like for example, the expo, there was Camp Gladiator and a few other like businesses, and they all
Right.
did the same squats and burpees and whatever,
Right.
but just
So
different
it's
names,
commendable that
right?
you can do that, because I don't think a lot of that new fitness industry, when you go to a class
Mhm.
at generic
Yes.
franchise, they're not coaching.
Correct.
Well, they're coaching.
Yeah.
They were told what you're going to do, and they're
Right.
telling you how much time is left. Not
Yeah.
coaching on movement. They don't know why you're doing what you're doing.
Yes. Yeah, there's no intentionality with it. And that's
None of
where
it.
it gets frustrating when people say like, "Oh, like you're just a trainer." And I'm like, "This is a brand." That's why I've
Yeah.
always talked to you guys about the whole, because people laugh at me and have
Right.
laughed at me in the industry about like, "Oh, love your body," like whatever, and like why is that important? But there is a need for it, and more people, especially if these coaches and people like that actually did love their body, then they would probably be doing something else.
Yeah,
And not,
I mean that's a niche. That's a niche clientele. The love your body is good for everybody, but that's a niche. Like that's how you differentiate yourself.
Mhm. I mean,
I
yeah,
don't see a lot of love your bodies.
yeah,
Right?
right, which is fine.
Yeah, I have PT clients.
Yeah.
Right? I get grumpy old men,
Mm-hmm.
kids that don't listen.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I just got people that just need a little extra.
Yeah.
So
And again, which serves its purpose and everything like that too.
yeah, there's a spot for everybody. But I
Yes.
feel like we, I don't know.
We take a different approach.
Yeah,
For
we
sure.
can go to these franchises and look at their workouts and say, why am I doing this?
Right.
And
Well, and also too, what I guess what pisses me off a lot is I'll say is when someone comes in and they are, especially if it's like a female, and
Mhm.
they look good and they already are charging more than what I charge when I've
Right.
been a trainer for over 10 years now, right? And so I have like this amount of experience alone, but then also have built a brand,
You let
have
them
been
charge it.
successful. But
Just
again,
charge more.
but
I'm
yeah,
serious.
but seriously, but it's because of their, you know, because of how they look and because of social media, they feel like they have the right to then do that.
Listen, if they suck, they're gonna lose business.
Oh, and then they do.
Cool. They have
Exactly.
2 clients at $150 an hour. Cool.
Yes.
Who
Right.
cares?
Right. And I totally get
Charge
it.
$150 an hour.
But it does. Yeah. I
Right?
mean, we're getting there.
Yeah.
but
And
again,
that's why I asked you with your background and all these things.
mhm,
If you can program and you can give someone something to do and teach them right, you're
yeah.
worth it.
Thank you.
Like,
Yeah.
right?
No, for sure. But that's where, again, because females, like, even, I mean, I was talking, and my hairdresser was talking about it. She's like, well, I mean, like, you're pretty expensive, like, for whatever. It's
Yeah.
like, but I'm like, okay. But again, someone who just has a platform or just looks the
Right.
part or whatever, no one hesitates at them.
Yeah.
And same with men too, with its six
I
packs
don't
and
know.
whatever.
The price is the price.
I'm just saying.
Listen, if you're like supermodel and you're charging $150 an
Mhm.
hour, I'm not gonna think. I mean, maybe I'm just too smart, but I'm not gonna think you're better because
Mhm.
you look like that.
Yeah. I think a lot of people want to look like their trainer too, though.
That's fine
So
though.
we deal with that, which
That's
is
fine.
fine.
I have a lot of dudes that want to look like me.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. And I'm not saying that arrogantly,
No, I know.
but
I
they're like,
got you.
what supplements you take? What do
Yeah,
you do?
yeah.
And what's fun is that I do the exact same. Like I'm coach at Redline, right?
Mhm.
And Redline, check us out in Brentwood. I do the workouts that we have in class.
Mhm.
I'm not, and you don't even see that these gyms are like, oh, come do this workout, and then they go and do something else,
Right.
right?
Yep.
So when I'm preaching, I'm doing.
Yes, which
And
I love.
So that's important.
Yeah. No, it is for sure. So you have your whole list. What do you got? What do you want
Yeah,
to?
no, just like these were just things not to forget.
Okay.
No, don't make me interview you.
No, I'm just asking if you were waiting on anything.
No,
But yeah, so I don't know.
don't be intimidated by my list.
I'm not intimidated
No,
by yours. I just want to make sure we get through
Corgasm's
the
on here. I didn't even get to that. So, I mean, there's a lot of things on here. What did I write about that?
Are you interested in
No,
having
I googled it. We're good. We're good.
Okay.
I don't. It might even be a fallacy as far as I know. But
What do you mean a fallacy?
it's like yeah, maybe it happened. Maybe it didn't happen. Maybe I mean I guess it does because it's in WebMD. Don't get me wrong, but
Right,
I don't know.
definitely happens.
I mean, I don't know.
No, some women are just more in tune with
Does it
those
happen to
things.
guys?
I don't believe
Because
so.
it didn't say anything about what sexual orientation
Yeah,
matters.
I don't know. I was just looking for my girls.
I
And
mean, Yeah. I
Because
mean, it's been
because it
happening.
goes back to that whole thing of uncomfortable situations happening
Right.
at the gym where females a lot of times don't know, like, is that normal? Is that okay? Is that
Right.
whatever? And it's
Speaking of uncomfortable, let's go into
yeah,
this. Let's just switch this
tell
up
me.
here. Right. So I kind of know what you do and your clientele and things like
Mhm.
that. Um, do you ever suggest that they try something different
A
out of
hun
their comfort zone? And
100%.
I know that I get yeah, you do
Yes.
every
Yeah.
time. Does it take a
Um,
little while? Because
so
getting into the gym
yeah.
for an LYB is a big step.
Mhm.
And so that's cool.
Yes. Yeah. So 100%. So
You can't
like
just be like, all right, hey, now go do a
so
5K.
if you look at the Music City Fit
Yeah.
Expo that we just had, right?
Yeah.
So like literally my people that came in, they were
Mhm.
like, Danny, the stage is in the center. And I
Right.
was like, yeah. I didn't tell them, but it
Yeah.
was a step out of their comfort zone. And I said, if you just show up,
Right.
your
You
mind's
just
gonna be
kind of blend
blown.
in anyway.
And but again, yeah, but they were like that literally all of them afterwards were like, this is what they said. They're like, I
Right.
never would have saw myself doing something like this in a fitness
Right.
space. And so that allowed them to come through there. So that's why MoveFit was so cool there. But I do tell them, a lot of my people they go do yoga, they do
Right.
5Ks, they're getting ready for Spartan
Yeah, I'm thinking
races.
more
Like
of like a Spartan
yeah,
race, a 5K,
yeah, they
something
do
that's not what you do with you
yes.
and
Yep.
something different.
Because we build the confidence together
Right.
so that they feel like they can show up for it. Because
Right.
again, I think there's so much perfection around fitness where they think that, once I'm this, then I'll go do it. Or once I
Right.
have the six pack, then I'll be
Yeah,
whatever.
everyone thinks I'm not fit enough to start fitness or something
Do you know
nonsense
people
like
used
that.
to tell me
They
that
tell me
all
that
the
all the
time?
time. They tell me that all the time
All the
because the
time.
red line is it's
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
accountable. It looks tough,
Yeah.
but like I said, we have all shapes and sizes in
Yeah.
there, and it's intimidating. I get it. I'm not gonna
Yes.
take that away from someone.
No, for sure.
Um,
Yeah. And when I came and took y'all's class, I mean, like, again, was injured, stuff like that. But
you were not that injured.
what?
You did just fine in that
Oh,
workout.
no. I mean, I'm not saying I didn't
Was
do fine,
running,
but no,
and
the
I
running
know I
was
never
rough
seen
on
you
my
run
legs.
on the gram. There's never a day that you crushed 3 miles today.
Do you,
You don't run.
I've done
And
9
everyone
half
hit
marathons. Thank you.
okay, okay. I've done 7s for the record. But
But I
like
don't run
everyone,
because
no
of
one
my
likes
back.
running.
So,
It's not a knock, but
right.
like I don't like running.
Yeah, but with my leg and stuff, I don't
But you
run.
did it.
Yeah, but
It
I'm just
was
saying,
it
like,
was a backhanded way of saying you did it. Don't
yeah,
whine about it. And
yes.
you jumped on a box, I think,
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Yeah. So
I jump on box. I do athletic
so you went out of
things.
your comfort zone and you crushed it. Good job.
Yeah, whatever. It was not that much of a comfort zone. I'm just saying that it was just like, again, I can see where people get intimidated by y'all spot
Yeah.
because also
Yeah.
your coaches, you all have a certain look.
Okay. We're fit. But
Yes.
but
But no, you're not okay.
but
For
your
someone not
class
watching this,
doesn't have that same look. Some people do, but like
yeah.
if you're in a class of 15 people,
Oh no, for sure. But I'm just saying that like y'all
we don't coach
all
with our shirts off,
are.
Danny.
I mean,
Settle down. This isn't berries.
I mean,
Come on.
true. But like, I don't know. It is. I think it's good for people to see. It is just like I could see where they feel like out of their comfort zone, out of their
Right.
element for
I
sure.
get it. It's
Yeah,
fine.
but it's good though. I mean, I like
Comfort zones.
it.
I stay
We're
in my
here to
comfort
break.
zone a lot. So
Whatever.
I do. I do.
What do you do besides? I mean, I know you do so you program for your workouts. You do the workouts that you do
Yeah,
at
I don't
Redline.
Redline. Devin programs our Redline
Okay.
workouts. Sometimes we have some input,
Yeah.
sure, but we all get it. The staff is very small,
Mhm.
and we've been doing it a long time, so we
Yeah.
all get it.
Yeah.
So when there's a workout on the board,
You just know
I'm
what's up.
inside the head of the programmer.
Yeah.
Most of the time. Sometimes I gotta translate it, but I get it.
Okay.
So when I do it, when I coach it, I know I'm gonna do it, or
Yeah.
I've done the workout, so I kind of get
Right.
that aspect of it,
Okay. All right.
and I start thinking we share a brain at some point.
For sure. I can see that. I mean, and I think he's done a great job. I mean, he's found, great people to work, with
Yeah.
him, which has been awesome. Y'all have all been you've been coaching there for how many years?
Yeah, it's been a while. I don't know.
So wait, so do you, is
It's
that
been
your
around.
full time? Like you do that?
Yeah, man. I'm just Mr. Healthy Dad Fit. That's me.
Okay.
I got a little insurance business on the side I've done, but
What's the insurance? What is that?
We've gotten rid of that. That's just chaotic.
Okay. Okay. So okay, let me ask
It's
you
my
this.
new me. It's very millennial of me. Like, I can't stand this anymore. I'm over it.
So you're just all right.
Yeah. So now I'm gonna personal train and coach and be
But
super
see, I
down.
have more respect for people, especially in the fitness industry, because
Yeah.
again, here's the other thing that I was going to mention about, not to hate on like the girls or the guys or
Yeah.
whatever that are new to this, but they're also doing like 17 other things, or they're models or they're whatever. And to me,
Or the
it's
gym
like,
owner who has a real job, quote unquote, on the side, and
yeah,
they don't really care too much about the gym's functioning. It's
exactly.
alive. I'm getting some income. That's fine.
Yes. Yeah.
Whereas if they lived and breathed it,
Right.
it would
You could
have a
take it
different vibe.
seriously. And
Yeah.
that's where I think that people are attracted to you guys in that sense.
How many of these
Then,
franchise gyms? There's an owner who
Mhm.
probably doesn't even live around here, and
Correct.
he just pays somebody to go work there
Mm-hmm.
who is just paid.
Yeah.
It's their job this month,
Yeah.
and it's going to change.
And and see, that's where like it's hard for me because as like wanting to grow my business, I have people that come up to me,
Yeah.
they're like, I want to be a part of this. How do we do it? How do I work
Right.
with you? And so like Devin is so great because he has a space, he has a building. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I don't have that. I rent out of a space.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's where I've had that cap
But if
of
you have a
like,
building, you're gonna have to have classes. You
what
can do Dani D fitness
oh,
classes.
I would love that. I mean, I did it for
Right.
Shea Magazine. Like I can do
Right.
lower body blast, upper body. I mean, different ones I did that I've created or
I
whatever.
gotcha.
Move Fit as well, stuff like that. So I wouldn't mind that. And that's something I had to give up when I came to Nashville because the other gym that I was at, I did some classes and that was in Franklin, and then I
Okay.
left there and then went to Nashville. So because it's only personal training studio.
I gotcha.
Yeah. No, but that was where I fell in love with fitness, was doing group fitness classes. I did everything from cycling to kickboxing.
I'm just one of those guys who did CrossFit and drank the Kool-Aid and loved it and was like CrossFit.
Yeah.
And then I kind of
Veered
drifted away from it.
Yeah.
But I still do it, quote unquote, and I like it. I love CrossFit's a great methodology too.
Yes.
If you don't watch TV
Mhm.
and if you
But
don't know anything about it, and I explained it to you, you'd say that's really awesome.
but do you think that CrossFit is for the everybody?
Yeah, what's they're saying? It's for CrossFit's for everybody, for anybody, but not for everybody. It's for anybody, but it's not for everybody.
Okay, I didn't know.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, Greg Glassman, I think,
Okay.
said that. Yes,
Yeah.
because everyone, and there's another thing that like everyone's needs
Mhm.
are the same. It's just how much of that need, right? Like,
Right.
a bodybuilder needs to squat 500 pounds.
Mhm.
Grandpa needs to squat 100 pounds.
Yeah.
Got to squat.
Yeah.
I work with a guy who's a little older, senior, right? Like these guys need to squat. They need
Yeah.
to get off the ground.
For sure.
Full range of motion, things like that. Mobility, stretching,
Yeah. All the things.
all the things.
So when you fell in love with did you fall in love with fitness at an early age, or was this something?
Yeah, I guess I've always done a little bit of everything.
Okay.
And I
Played
kind of
sports
went through
growing up?
phases of like, I'm going to be a trainer. I'm going to be a trainer.
Yeah.
Then I was
Yeah.
selling insurance too much. And then I was going to be
Okay.
a trainer. I have all these books at home that I never opened because I was
Yeah.
going to do it.
Okay. Wow.
Going to do it. And then I did the CrossFit thing and I started coaching that. And
So
then it kind of just went from there. So I've gotten,
okay.
I'll read, I take certs, all that
Okay.
crap just to kind of learn stuff.
But like through like the CrossFit methodology or like through other certifications, just whenever you can. get your
Yeah,
hands
not
on it?
like the NSCA
Okay.
stuff. Like I don't care about that stuff.
Yeah, I
Like
got you.
if you want to teach someone how to sprint faster, go learn how to teach someone how to sprint faster.
Yeah.
I don't care what the NSCA and NET, whatever. Everybody wants a cert when you go work for them for some reason, but that doesn't
Right.
make you anything.
No, it doesn't. And that's why
I've learned it from the streets, Dani.
from the streets.
Yeah.
Yeah. I could see
The
that.
fitness streets.
But like that's real though, because again, it's the practicality of things. Like that's why people just get a certification, they come into the gym, and then people are like, I don't know why that trainer was like so bad. It's like, well, because they had no practice.
Yeah,
They
you got to
didn't do
start
anything.
somewhere. And I will
True.
like, listen, CrossFit gave me an opportunity to start. That was cool.
Yeah.
Devin gave me an opportunity to start to do more. That was cool.
Mhm.
And then when you collaborate with people on fitness and you start doing workouts together and you kind of like you trade ideas,
Yeah.
change things up, and then you kind of like, oh, I get this now. So,
Yeah.
it's a life of learning, right?
It is for sure.
And if you're franchising, that's not a thing.
So let me ask you this. Do you feel like you're able to like balance? Like, do you think that with your job, with working, at Red
Mhm.
Line, stuff like that, like how is your like work-life balance? How does that look like?
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because all I
I
see.
have a very very successful wife, and she has less flexibility sometimes, and I have
Yeah.
a lot of flexibility, and it works together. Like my crew that
Meshes
I work
well.
with at Red Line is very flexible, and so if something's got to be done, we all pick each other up. But
Yeah.
um, yeah, and my kids are very involved
Yeah.
with fitness. They do classes at the gym too,
Love
and
it.
that's all they know,
Yeah.
really, honestly.
Which is great because you've set that example for them.
Yeah,
And your wife works
and
out as well?
yeah, not at the same gym or anything, but it's always been that way. We've always worked out in different places,
Mhm.
but I will tell anybody, man, there's dudes out there and probably women out there too. But let your spouse work out anytime they want to. The
Yeah,
last thing you want to do is prevent your spouse from working out.
for sure. But I think that most people are
You know what I'm
insecure though.
saying? You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying though? Because
I
we
do.
all get older
Yeah.
and things start to look different on our body. Like let them pursue that fitness. Because when you're like 50, you're like, man, I'm glad my spouse worked
But
out.
see,
Because
that's the
look at
thing
them
though, is that
now.
you're a confident man and an 8. So
Right.
you can say that. But a lot of men are not truly confident. And so a lot of times they don't want their
Them
wives looking better.
right.
I mean,
Idiots.
truthfully,
Total idiots.
but yeah, but they wanted to keep it like them safe and secure, make sure that they're like with
Yeah.
them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
They
so that's
probably got a little
why
jealousy
a hundred
of
percent.
the trainer
Yep.
relationship or some nonsense like that.
Yes. And so that's where it's like, that's why I always tell
I mean,
everybody,
it's out there. Not
oh
everyone
yeah,
is smart to recognize that. But you want
right.
to talk about balance, it's always like that, you know?
Yeah. No, and I love that. And because
Buy them
I
like
think that's that.
workout clothes.
You
Just
what?
buy them workout clothes. Just like, hey man,
Yeah.
this will look good on you.
But also like my women are the
Yeah.
ones setting the example for their men. Like
Good.
literally because
Yeah.
they're getting healthy. Now their guys are
Oh,
like,
that's a
oh, I want
tangent
to,
we could go on forever. When I get my own podcast before I get canceled.
uh-huh.
Weak men. And I'm not
Oh,
even
I
talking
love
about
that.
muscle weak.
No,
It's here, man.
mental.
Weak men. There's so many out there now, and it drives me bonkers.
Yeah.
Weak dads.
But why do you think that is? What do you think's changed? What's the climate?
I don't know, man. What's the climate? I mean, obviously, and they don't even have to be like youngsters. Like we can't just blame millennials for being, you know, weak. But
No,
I
it's
feel
no
like we get
any
sidetracked.
age.
We're dads. He's the worker bee, and he's gone all the time, and he just want whatever happens at home. Like
Yeah.
as long as he doesn't have to deal with it, it's cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's no,
Right.
it can't be like that.
Uh,
I'm not a jerk like in the house. Like everybody's gonna listen to me,
right.
but if you have a good relationship with your wife,
Yeah.
like you guys can butt heads about things and figure things out so that the kids.
But communicate, talk through it. It's the thing is what I have found
Mhm,
literally every time that I say, I'm not trying to like boast about it or do whatever, but if I'm just like talking to someone and
mhm,
mention like to a guy and talk and say that I have a house or I literally
yeah,
finite things, I have a house or the event that just happened,
right.
oh, I got on stage or whatever, immediately, no response.
Mhm.
They do not continue to talk. Now, do I think that those guys, oh, I missed out on opportunity? No, because again, they're not the
Yeah,
right person for
this is
me.
not the right person.
But
That doesn't make them weak,
but
I suppose.
but it's a weak mentality when it comes to
They
that
could be
they can't
intimidated.
deal.
It's
Yes,
fine.
but they can't deal with the woman either making more than them or doing better or what it seems like doing better without
Yeah,
even asking me. You know what I mean?
yeah,
But I've literally had guys say to me before, like, "Well, how much do you make a year?"
yeah. It's wild.
Right? So
Yeah.
like that's where the climate. I think it's just
I just
more
wanna see your butt,
insecurities.
right?
What?
I don't care how much money you
Oh
make.
my god.
We'll figure out the money, right? Money comes, money goes, right?
But that booty
But
though.
the booty, though, it's
That's
gonna be there for the time being.
oh my
And so,
gosh. I
yeah.
can't.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, so my eight personality prevents me to have any empathy. I'm very
Yeah.
not empathetic.
Which is
So
weird because I feel like I have a lot of empathy. And I don't know if it's
you
maybe just the
you
male thing,
do.
female,
That's why I
you know.
question the eightness. You're a little soft. Where you need to toughen up just a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm tough with myself
Sometimes
though.
my
It's with
ankle
other
hurts,
people.
right? My ankle hurts.
Mhm.
Oh, sorry. Can you
See,
walk?
you're not okay. So wait, so you're not empathetic with yourself at all either.
I'm
So
not empathetic with anyone.
anything. Okay. See,
I
I'm
always find
empathetic with
myself in
other
an
people
uncomfortable
because
moment when someone tells me something. I know I'm supposed to say something really nice
yeah.
back, and I just can't find the words. And if I do say it, I
And
don't
you
even
don't want it to be
believe
fake.
myself.
Exactly. And so there is a
My
fine line of
dog
it being,
died. I'm sorry,
I know,
right?
I
Like
know,
that's a
I
terrible
know.
thing, but I almost I don't want to say like I'm not empathetic about that, but
Yeah.
like I'm not empathetic for an hour
Can
about
I
it.
can I ask you this about grief? Have you lost anyone close to you?
Yeah. My mom died like ages ago, but
Okay.
everyone's died around me, I guess. But
Yeah.
maybe that hardens me. You think? I
So
don't
I
know.
do. I do. I think that it can harden, but I also think that on some level, with loss, like you can look at it and you can understand. Like for me, like I more so understand people with their journey because I was there. I remember
Right.
sitting on the couch having a
Right.
freaking calzone being like, I hate my life. I hate my body. You know
There's
what I'm
only
saying?
so much this big old world that happened before the moment that you talked to me.
Mhm.
There's only that all happened before me.
Mhm.
And I get it. Yeah, man, that sucks.
Yes. Yeah.
Right? Your dog died and your
Yep.
tire popped, but now you're here.
Yes.
Okay. It doesn't concern me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
But that's
Or
good. But
what
that's
I'm
good
trying,
too
what I'm
because you have
here for you for.
boundaries. Yeah.
So let's just
Yeah.
put that away.
Mhm.
Okay. Is your ankle work?
But
Get
see
on the bike.
how you're
Let's
saying
go.
like that to that how you're
Yeah.
talking to other people or whatever. That's how I
LYB
speak
would
to
run
myself.
away from me, right?
What-
They'd be like, he didn't care about my ankle.
No, but again, they know that like I'm here for them in support. But again, I'm not going to coddle them either.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
So they still get their stuff
Not
done.
so much of a collar either. I
Like, yeah.
guess.
But for me though, it's like with myself,
Yeah.
I'm how you're speaking. Like I am very hard about it. Like I did everything at the expo, felt good about stuff or whatever. But then
Yeah.
I was like, Jay Cutler came up to me and I didn't capitalize on that moment.
The quarterback?
Because the quarterback. And I didn't come
I
up.
thought it was the whole time until
That's what
until-
everyone thought. And
yeah.
that's why I was like,
I was like, where's
Roy-
his wife? We
Roy
want his
loves-
wife. It's not right. We want Kristen there.
Roy loves
the quarterback.
Jay. And so he
Yeah.
didn't even think
That's
that people
cool.
like, yeah.
I walked in, I saw some guy squat like 1055. I'm like 10? 1,000 pounds?
Crazy.
That's crazy.
So when we were there, after he like walked away,
Yeah.
immediately I was like, "You didn't ask him what he loved about his body. You could in a whole of your body initiative." Which I know you're like, "Oh, whatever." But do you see what I'm saying?
I'm not like,
so-
oh, whatever. I watch your little
but-
clippies.
like-
Everyone's like, right? What did Barbell Voodoo say? My eyes? What'd that guy say?
Oh yeah, his eyes. He
Yeah,
was
yeah.
like really thrown back. He
Yeah,
was flipping out. I was like, "Dude, chill."
That's like
Just
your
tell me.
last question when we're almost done. I feel like you're gonna
Yeah.
throw that at me. I've had to think about that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But that's the thing is like, but again, I was hard on myself about that, and I was like,
Yeah.
"Dude, get over it. Like, it's okay."
Yeah,
It's
that's
fine.
ridiculous.
But that's
you don't need
how,
to be upset about that.
But that's like in my mind, I'm like, you could
Right.
do better. Like, and then that's why with bodybuilding, it's been cool because everything's asked of me, I do.
Yeah.
You know? So I don't know.
What are you gonna do after you do this little what do you call it? Bikini thing? What is it?
My
IPC?
bodybuilding show. So NBC wellness is my category.
Yeah.
So it's all
It's
about
bikini.
the booty. It's not.
It is.
It's not.
You're gonna be in a bikini.
But it is. That
Therefore,
is.
it's bikini. Okay. I get it. The whole room is in a bikini. There's just categories of bikinis.
Yeah.
Okay. You're in the wellness bikini.
I'm in the wellness body.
Got it.
Yes. Yeah. Mhm.
Got it.
So more dominant with the lower body. Yep. So afterwards, yeah, like I'm gonna do the shows in August. I turned 30 in July, by the way. So I'm like,
old.
yeah, getting up to you, I'm sure.
Yeah.
but,
You got a long way to go.
I know you're like
I'm not young. I'm not old.
you're not old, but yeah.
Yeah.
No,
I'm probably older than
but you
people would guess.
but because you present yourself as so healthy, I never
Yeah, man,
knew
that's
you
my
were
empathy.
that old.
I'm not empathetic about myself being any older. Sometimes I am. I'll pull
Oh
it out
my
when I need
gosh.
to when I don't feel like working out.
So
But like, what about like something athletic? And I'm not,
Mhm.
traditional athletic.
yeah.
After you do bicep curls and leg presses and then diet, that crazy ass diet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I could never do that world. There's so much sacrifice.
It is so
It's
much
wild. I can't
sacrifice.
do it.
It makes me a stronger person for sure. But with my injury and stuff like that, that's where the whole pivot came. I don't
Yeah,
know
I got
where
it.
to. I don't.
But you're better now. You're healed up now.
No, I'm not.
A little bit. Your
Yeah.
squats are deeper. You were jumping on a box. You were running at red line.
So that's the thing, though.
Check your
so
empathy.
the other day, literally, my leg was completely numb.
Oh, okay.
So like, there's nerve damage. So it's
I
just like
gotcha.
again, it just certain things like make it worse.
I got you.
So that's why I try to be mindful or whatever, and only stay in like
I'm not like
raise the
pickleball,
deadlift.
let's say. Would that like if you had to
Not good
do like a
pickleball.
side to side?
I am not good with pickleball actually,
Yeah.
and those people get way too intense about it. No,
Everyone's intense.
no
Look at the NPC, they're intense.
but see, that's the thing is like, okay,
Just because it's not your world.
it's my world in terms of like my reality is I'm gonna do my best, and I don't
Right.
really care about their stuff. So, but I'm not good with sports like that. Like when
Okay.
if we're doing like volleyball and stuff, and somebody spikes it at me,
Comfort zone.
I'm like, no, do
Right.
not spike that ball at my head. You know what I'm saying? But if it was like, I need to go run or I need to go do something or whatever in my workout, like, okay, you're going to get it done. You know, like I'm competitive about that.
I got it.
So I don't know. So, if there was something that I could pivot and do and prepare for and plan
Right.
that was not just like another bodybuilding show, but like with Strongman, that's why it was so exciting because I didn't think there was anything I could do because of the size that I was when I first started training with Matt.
Got
so
it.
he mentioned the strongman.
Oh yeah, it's the carrot.
So
Like that was your carrot to do
yes.
something. There's nothing wrong with that.
So
I'm not knocking that
no, right. So that's where
because
I
you have a
don't.
goal now, and I'm like, usually people hit a goal and they have to set another one for their
Yeah.
own.
And I think that even with this second year of the bodybuilding stuff, it's like before it was just
Yeah.
like, let's just see what my body can do. Now it's like, oh wow, like I've put on muscle in the off season.
Right.
I've really grown. I feel like I'm getting stronger. I'm getting healthier. So let's see what that even takes. So
Right.
I feel like I would want to like continue to do it. The type of training I do like better. Because again, with strongman, I was wrecked all the time.
Right.
I mean, wrecked. Like someone was like, someone asked me, what's the difference between your strongman training and bodybuilding?
Everything.
So, well, yes, but also with strongman in the simplest terms,
Yeah.
like if I'm gonna hand the weights to my client,
Yeah.
like if I got to get down to get that weight, my body's wrecked to do it. Bodybuilding, I'm like, I'm just exhausted mentally. I don't want to pick the weight up for you. That's the difference. So I was wrecked physically, and then now it's more like mentally exhaustion.
Right.
So does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I don't know. So I don't really know.
Let's go back to the Nashville fitness scene. Okay, all these gyms.
Yeah.
So many gyms and so many people claiming to be trainers and stuff.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the how nutrition is focused? That nutrition lack of focus.
Yeah.
It's all about the gym. What are you doing as a workout? Where are you working out? Come see us.
Yeah.
But nutrition is never a focus. And as you know, it's the bottom of the pyramid.
Yes. And that's the missing link that I didn't have for sure. And with those classes, I get why they do that, whatever. And then they're like, when you're outside, have your fun and then come back.
There
in
are
here and do
plenty of
workouts.
people that have issues,
Mhm.
right? Eating disorders or whatever it could be. That's a small fraction of people. There's a whole bunch of people going to these gyms looking for results.
Yeah.
And nutrition is never discussed.
Yeah, because I mean, I think it becomes one of those things, another addition that franchises have to add into their programming of like a registered dietitian, because legally,
why do you have to be, I can talk diet all day long.
You can talk diet, but most people are going to want to
Absolutely.
plan and want to actual like
I can
write
plan.
it out, whatever.
I can do your macros for you. I can do all of that stuff. I can sit you down, have a meeting with you, and we can talk, and I can tell you, like, this is your resting metabolic rate. This is what you're going to need to. I can do that.
Yeah.
You may not want to sit with me because you're like, oh, you don't have a cert, but that's your NSCA cert. Who cares?
Yeah.
Right.
I think that it just comes down to those gyms don't have the capacity to do that, but also it would hold them accountable for people actually like
because they don't
results.
Care if they get results.
Exactly. Yes. Okay. So I definitely believe
I'll go with that.
Yeah.
They just want you in the door and your money.
Well, yeah. Because again,
can you imagine going somewhere for like a year and then like you're like, I'm not seeing results, and the coach is like, I don't know, try harder.
Oh, that's yes.
Instead of saying, what did you have for breakfast today?
No, 100%.
And we do that at our classes at Redline. We'll say every now and then somebody be like, hey, all right, everybody go around the room. What'd you eat for lunch today?
Yeah.
Right.
But that's a missing piece, because a lot of people do not see that fitness, like the food and movement, go together. They don't understand that. They there's a disconnect.
You know, 90% of those people, those answers in that room are nothing.
Yeah.
The answer is I ate nothing.
Because people are either they're too busy to eat, they're scared to eat. I mean, you just don't know. And they can't see it. So they need those coaches. They need those people to open it up.
We've done a few podcasts talking about eating at the gym. Nothing like formal, but I really feel like that's a huge thing in the fitness industry too. Is like you're just throwing stuff against the wall.
Yes.
And you're not helping people.
I mean, I moved all the time. Like I worked out all the time, you know, but I never, even with strongman, and I had hired someone to help me with food, and I was eating like sauerkraut first thing in the morning. Yeah. And I was like, this isn't helping me. This is not what's doing the deal.
Yeah, there's a lot of different nutrition ways to go.
Right. So it was it never was really.
But at any moment,
together.
Someone takes a second to look at it.
Yes.
They will help themselves immensely.
Yeah, for sure. We are going to have to wrap up soon.
Okay.
So let's anything. I feel like we have not been able to talk one-on-one. So like in terms of before this, what's something that you've been wanting to ask that maybe doesn't? Yeah, it doesn't have to be Dani Fitness. It could be just Danielle.
I don't know. I think I got everything out. Like I asked you about how you approach nutrition. Okay. I don't know. I'm going to ramble, but I asked you all the things I really wanted to ask you. I'm pretty sure, unless something comes up down the road. So why don't bodybuilders do full reps? Okay. Because I'm on camera, right? Yeah. What is this? What is the shoulder press right? What is this? What is the quarter squats? What is that?
I'm not representing the whole.
No, not you, but like we're talking about everybody now. you're gonna speak for everybody.
Oh, I'm
Is that
not.
just a thing? It's like I constantly have the pump.
I think it's just that time under tension that
Yeah,
people are
time
trying to
under
get in,
tension.
and like, and again, there's so many reps and stuff that I think that people are
Gotcha.
just like, they're just like,
I'm
this is
not
what I
giving
do.
you my first cuss word. I think I'm not giving you shit about
Yeah, yeah,
this
yeah. No, I got you.
because all I do is troll the internet and look at bad reps.
Yeah.
And again, we go back to the coaching and franchises,
Yeah.
and people don't give a
Is it
damn.
you that commented about my tricep dips?
No, it was not me.
Devin.
That might have been Devin.
It was. I was like, which
I don't
one
think
is
I've ever
it?
commented directly to someone's reps on the
Yeah.
internet. I might take a screenshot and
Which
show
again,
people
it
and go,
does
look at this
make me
crap.
better, but when I'm in a prep, that is not what I needed to hear.
Listen, yeah. Well, I'm all about, listen, we all do 1,000 reps.
Yeah.
Don't post, come on, man. It's the internet. It's your highlight reel. Don't post the bad reps.
Oh,
But
I like to keep it real.
But if no, don't keep it real because you're an example.
See, but I want to keep it
But
example.
if you said, look, it's the first time I've ever been able to do this in my life.
Yes.
Cool.
And that's
I
what
got-
I
I
said
need to
on
see-
there, and then he still said the thing.
Whatever. He
so-
just was probably curious. But
Yeah,
listen,
I get it.
not everybody does it full depth, but I will tell everybody out there, do full range of motion.
Yes.
'Cause
Okay.
if you don't, you're weaker.
So tell me something about
Sorry.
in terms of like your just I guess advice for Nashville. If someone is like, well, dang, I don't want to be a trainer now, or what, like after
Right.
listening to you talk,
Right.
what would you say?
Are we talking about someone who wants to go to a gym or wants to be a trainer?
Both.
Oh, well, someone wants to go to a gym. How much are you paying? If it's $99 or less, get the hell out of there.
Yeah.
All right. Because I know you're like, oh, it's $99. Yeah, because I don't have to go today. Right. Anytime
Right.
fitness, some other time is anytime. Right. It's not
Yes.
today. So you are going to get what you pay for.
Yep. That accountability.
I will tell you this another thing. For trainers and people that want to go to the gym, me and my squad at the Red Line, Quality Fitness, located in Brentwood, we've gone to 30 gyms in this area.
Yeah.
Right. We've taken their classes, like straight up been in class, not a special class, saw how they trained, saw how the coaches handled it, saw the business looked like.
Yes.
We've learned so much from that.
Yes.
Everyone needs to do that.
Yeah.
Don't just see an ad on the Facebook that says, $50 for your first 2 months. I'm like, oh, it's cheap. I'm going to go, because you're not going to go.
Correct.
And then you may stay there and not realize you're missing out on something.
Yeah.
There's something that fits you. And with so many gyms in Nashville, go.
Yeah.
And if you're going to be a trainer, quote unquote, do the same thing. Go around, because you don't know what you don't know.
Yeah.
Right.
I believe that. That's what I did with Find Your Fit.
Like when I go to a gym on the road on our little tour and someone coaches, like, it's fascinating.
Yeah.
Because no one coaches.
Yeah. I get that.
Yeah. I'll look around. It doesn't have to be me. I'm watching that person over there not squat right. Like, are you going to go over and help them?
Right.
No, you're just looking at your watch to tell everybody it's 30 seconds left.
Yeah. And see, and I think that too, I will say with the gym that I'm in, I see that every day because I see other trainers and what they're doing. You see what I mean?
It would blow my mind.
And so, you would be like,
it's like going to the YMCA for what people watching, like other
Yes.
trainers. I can't imagine.
But that's so that I'm getting that like literally every day, watching different styles.
Everybody in our gym is so good outside of
Yes.
me.
Yeah.
That I get paranoid. Like, am I screwing this up? Because I better do a
But
good
it
job.
helps you to hold that standard too.
Yeah,
which is
the standard
cool.
is so high. I'm like, man, do they get to talk about me behind my back? This guy's doing something wrong,
Yeah.
right? So 100% go out there and see what's out there.
Okay.
Please.
I love it.
For the love. Come to Red Line.
Yeah.
It's been to 30 gyms. Like 2 have ever done or came and visited us.
I'm one of your.
Well, you're a podcast guest. We're gonna go to your gym, but yeah,
Okay.
so you want to be 3, it's fine, right?
Yeah.
But no one's coming in. Why?
Because again, a lot of people they feel like it's too much competition. They don't understand. They don't like,
right.
But it shouldn't be like that.
It's their ego.
It's exactly. So they got to get
the
beside
soft,
themselves.
weak man ego.
Yes. And if you're confident with yourself, then you don't mind having people who represent other businesses, other gyms.
There's some gyms out there that come and work out at our gym, just like their coaches do.
Yeah.
So
it's awesome.
Heads up on that.
So I will say real quick before we finish out, what is something that you love about your body?
I've thought about this.
Yes.
Long.
Let's hear.
Hard. I've thought about it. Listen, I think your love your body thing, everyone's trying to pick out their body parts and be happy about it, but those are so tangible, right? They're just like, I love my butt. Well, what happens tomorrow when you don't?
I get it.
Right? Yep. I love my arms.
Yep.
Like, I could say like all those things, but those are all just superficial, right?
Yep.
You should just love like what your brain does, what you're like. So I
So you
love
love
that.
how smart you are? Is that what
Yeah,
you're saying?
I
Yeah.
love exactly how smart I am. I'm not too dumb and I'm not too smart.
You're
And
just
I
the
know
right
enough.
amount.
I know enough to be dangerous, right?
Yeah.
I know enough to call BS on someone.
Yep.
I think I'm a pretty good judge of character,
Yeah.
right? And you know, I hold grudges.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could tell that.
Dude, don't die to me. If you die to me,
You
you're
an
dead
8.
to me.
You're an
There's a
8.
very small list, but they're out there.
Ah.
So yeah, man, I love like how my brain is developed over life through experiences.
Yeah.
I mean, let's go.
I love that.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate it. And I
Yeah.
do appreciate your support. You've always, like I said, kept it real,
Yeah.
been so nice, been, just always
Yeah, I'm
just a
pretty
good
straight up.
present. Yeah.
If you ever
But
have a
like,
guest in here that wants to fight verbally, let's
Mhm.
just go. I'll come back and tell them their programming sucks or something.
I mean, that's some people need to hear it. So
Some people, a lot of people, need to hear it.
no, I love it. Keep keeping everybody accountable. All right.
Good luck, and I hope you all get some, I don't know, more orgasms out there.
Oh. Until next time.
Later.
Oh my God.